Well, good afternoon, y'all. I know I said, oh my gosh, I'm having a change of plan. Do you ever do that? You have a change of plan what you're going to cook? Well, this afternoon, I was just praying and talking to God, and I remembered one of my friends was bringing her daughter home from the hospital from having open heart surgery. And so I thought, well, what have I got? So fortunately, I looked in my refrigerator and I had 2 packs of chicken tenderloins that I had planned to cook today and had forgot about them. And so I thought, okay, what can I make out of that to cook for them? Well, actually, I was thinking about cooking it for ourselves because I'm like, I got to cook this. And so I realized that they would eat, they'll eat chicken fingers. So I texted the mom. She said, oh, yeah. I'm like, do they eat onions? She said, yeah, my kids aren't picky. And I thought, well, that's good. So here's what I've got. This is 2 packs of chicken tenderloin. So I would say 6 or 7 cups. A half a cup of mayonnaise, a half a cup of sour cream. And then what I'm going to do here is, so that you can see it, and this is about 4 onions and 2 garlic cloves. And you see those onions. Let me turn this a little bit. You don't need to see me. I'm going to get you. Hopefully I didn't lose. Okay, we're back. No harm done. Sorry, Denise. My phone just fell out of the thing. I got to secure it a little bit more. If I hurt you, I'm sorry. Might hurt your ears. All right. So I've browned in oil 4 cups of onions. Now, here's the key to this recipe. Because the name of the recipe is keto. Hold on a minute, and I'll tell you. I'll have to look it up. Basically, it's hold on. It's just about to come to me. Yeah, and I'm thinking I want to put some more sour cream and mayonnaise because this is not. It's not like I want it to be. I want it to be a little bit more juicy, and I don't want to add water. So I think I'm going to add more sour cream and more mayonnaise to it because I think I really put more. I'm going to put about another half a cup of mayonnaise, and then I'm going to add I think that'll do it. Yeah, because I don't want it to be dry. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the pan, and that's going to be so good. I can smell it already. I did season those chicken tenders. I cooked them in the air fryer for 8 minutes up to 106 degrees temperature. I used my little meat thermometer, and it took about 8 minutes. I seasoned them with paprika, salt, and pepper, and garlic powder. Yeah. So you see this casserole is not dry. I don't want it to be dry. Because sometimes when you use white meat, it will be dry. So I've sprayed my dish here, and I'm just going to dump this over in there, just like that. And I'll think of the name of this in a minute. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to spread that out. And we're talking about 5 people, so I think that'll be enough when you got that much chicken. All right, and then the next step is you take this provolone cheese. So you're probably thinking of what the name is. It's a sandwich, but I'm not making a sandwich. I'm making a casserole. So you might be able to put in the comments what this is. It has provolone cheese on it. I'll be back and put it in the comments if I can't think about it. Hey, Betty. Hey, BL. Good to see you. Let's see who all is here. Maybe somebody can help me. What is the sandwich that has provolone cheese? And it's usually going to be beef. But it's we don't eat sandwiches very much, so I can't think of it. But anyway, it's not a BLT because it's got cheese on it. Anyway, I'll think of it eventually. So when that melts, it's going to be really good. Yeah, I could go over there to my computer and think of it because I saw it. Joyfield Eats. She sent it out in an email. I follow her. So, hey, Mary. Hey, Sarita. Hey, Dorothy. Chris. BL, Lilia. Joe. Thank y'all for joining me today. So, I do apologize that I'm not doing the salmon croquettes, but that was my plan. I've got here I go with the onions and celery, but I'll put that in the refrigerator and we'll have salmon croquettes tomorrow. That's what Philly cheesesteak, that's it. Thank you. Who put that on here? That was it. Let's see, who did that? I can't really tell. It popped up as a comment. There we go. BL, thank you, BL. I knew you'd come through for me. Yeah. Right. See, I don't ever eat that. I mean, really, I don't eat that. There is a place in town that does it, and people love it. But I just don't eat bread, so it's just not something I would eat. But this is going to be a Philly cheesesteak casserole. And instead of using beef, you use chicken, but you could use beef. I think you could totally use beef. So, all right, I'm not going to put it in the oven yet, and the reason is because I'm not taking the food to them till about 5:30, and I kind of like things to be fresh. Now, I'm taking that, and over here are black-eyed peas. Do y'all know, and black-eyed peas are not really keto, but here's what I'm going to tell you. Here's how I cook them. I've been cooking black-eyed peas for 50 years, all right? Let me get my spoon so I'll show you. Okay, so if you look at them, what I did, I put them in the pot, I washed them, put them in the pot, and brought them to a boil. And then you let them sit, and they will soak up most of that water. And then if you bring them back to a boil again, it doesn't take as long for them to cook tender, because it takes a while for them to cook tender. My mama we used to always soak them overnight, but I didn't have time to do that today, so I just cooked them like that. And then I'm gonna make some mac and cheese, which is not something I ever make, but I know how to make some good macaroni and cheese. My aunt, everybody loved her macaroni and cheese, so I will make that. But I gotta send James to the store to get some macaroni, because that's not something I have at my house. But it's going to be a good meal, and then I'm going to take, I've got some dessert that I made to take to our Bible study, and it wasn't eaten because we had so many cakes. So I definitely want to get that out of my house because I don't want to eat that cake. But anyway, this is going to be good, and I'm just, I'm just thankful that I am able to do it. I'm glad I thought about it, because when you've got one that's had open heart surgery, I think she's about 12 or 14. I don't know. I'm not really sure. But I can't remember. But cutest little girl, and she just had the biggest smile on her face before she was going into surgery. But here's what I want to tell you. So years ago, I had a dear friend that had her 4th child, and my children were little too. And God said, make a chicken pot pie and take over there. Well, my next thought was, I don't want to do that. I need a chicken pot pie for myself. Because, there's a lot of process in a chicken pot pie. You boil the chicken, that was when I was cutting up all the vegetables. I wasn't buying like a bag of frozen vegetables. I would do that now, for organic frozen vegetables. And then you make the crust and do all that. But I did it. And when I took it to her, here's what she said. She said, Nancy, you're so sweet. And I said, no. Nancy's not that sweet. Nancy's just obedient. When God tells me to do something, I want to do it. And my grandma used to say, if it's in your heart to do good and you don't do it, it is a sin. And so today, when I thought about my friend and her family just getting home from the hospital, I'm like, that's good. It's in my heart to do that. So I'm going to do it and trust God with all of it. And so that's what I want to encourage you to do. If it's in your heart to do good, if God, the Holy Spirit, is pricking your heart about something to do, whether it's write a note, make a phone call, that isn't the devil. I'm just going to tell you, it's not the devil. It's the Holy Spirit. If you are a believer, you have the Holy Spirit inside of you, and He will guide you in all truth. And that truth is, do something for somebody else. I'm going to tell you, that'll get you out of the doldrums faster than anything. And sometimes while you're doing it, you're still in the doldrums, but in the end, God will use it for good. So just want to encourage you with that. Thanks for joining me. That is an easy casserole. I'm going to post it in an email probably tomorrow. So if I don't have your email, you need to get on my email list, because that's a good recipe right there. It's going to be good, and I'm sorry I don't have enough for me and my husband, but I'll make some more. I definitely can do it because it's easy. You just do those chicken tenders in the air fryer, mix that mayonnaise, and we'll see how it tastes, but I'm thinking it's going to be good because everything in there would be good. And then just lay that cheese on the top, and voila, there you got it. So y'all have a good afternoon. Sorry you missed the salmon croquettes, but I'll probably try to do a live on that tomorrow after church. So y'all have a great day. Before you leave, I need to know where you're watching from. Let me know where you're watching from. I always love that. I know Bill is West Virginia. Let me see who else. I don't see any others, but let me know where you're watching from. Y'all have a great day.